Hello, welcome back to this channel. And this is the only Lauren channel, and I'm Lauren. And yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about what I am reading. And I am a big library book nerd. I love to read. I'm reading all the time. I'm always taking in knowledge, usually via the internet versus books these days. But to be fair, I have library credit like all over the United States, and not from damaging books. No, it's from late fees, and they actually will put that on your credit. You have to go back and like get it redone off your credit because like it's unnecessary because they're late fees. Come on, bro. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I am reading at the moment that is special and knowledgeable, and that I think will enhance my life and hopefully enhance yours if you think about reading these books. So let's just get into them. So in my last video I told you I was reading this How to Fly a Horse. It's about creation and basically how we're all creative people. We are all creative people. We're all geniuses, and genius and creativity is not reserved for just one purpose or one person. 501 geometry questions, and this is a really good book. It's very basic. It's Euclidean. I pronounce it Euclidean because I don't think I've ever like heard it anywhere. Euclidean geometry. And if you have any geometry questions, if you're like you need to go back to your math basics, geometry is your friend. Geometry, I love geometry. Actually, I used to didn't think that I like geometry, but I really love geometry. I thought I just liked, you know, conceptual math without the graphs, but I really love the geometry part of it. So 501 geometry questions. SAT book, SAT, because I am transferring schools and that's what it is, and they require SAT tests. They require SAT tests, so that's what's happening with that. And yeah, so I have been practicing. These are just basic, it's just basic stuff. Probably the only thing that would trip me up is the math, not because I don't have my like, I wouldn't say my basics because I know it, but like dog, I be doing extra, so I be trying to misapply different concepts to different problems. So that's something I have to work on. So SAT book, if you've not taken the SAT, I suggest like you still take the like just kind of go through the SAT book and give it a look through if you've not ever thought to read the book or anything like that, you know, just for knowledge sake. So is it neato? Modern physics book, the physics of physics, the modern physics. I am really into the modern physics concepts. I'm really good at Newtonian physics, but I really love like just the thought of modern physics in general, like astrophysics and cosmology and background radiation, gamma radiation, particle physics, atomic physics, the speed of light. Those are all very intriguing concepts to me, and I have the solutions to this textbook, so that means I can work on problems and see what I did and what I didn't do correct, and what I did do correct. I just said that, but I basically am able to check my work with this book, which is great because I love doing that. That's how I be trying to misapply like terms. But the reason why that's not particularly good to misapply terms is because I'm not consistent with it. I haven't built a strong frame for doing that type of work. So that's why It's not so good at this moment. Basic math and pre-algebra for dummies. Yes, this dummy. And this is a really fun book. They go through and they tell you, like, they give you, they're very supportive with you in the beginning, and you can just take your time and you can pace yourself with this book. And it's basically just your pre-algebra and your basic math. I mean, that's a lot of fun. If you've been doing like calculus, like partial differential equations, this could be like a lot of fun, because you're like, oh, it's something easy to do again. And then it's just a refresher, because it's great, because you might like, oh, I forgot this rule. Perfect. How science works. It works by you looking at it and paying attention, and then it knows how to act, because that's quantum physics. So yeah, but basically this is just a glossed book, and if you want something pretty fun to look at, they have all of these different pages with colors, and it's very simple, very easy to catch on to. It's just one of those things that is a lot of fun for people to read and grab a hold on some very complicated scientific data that that you can just go through. Look at that. Generating electricity. It says, how do you, which one is this? This is inducing current in thermal power plants. I think they said like thermal energy is like the least effective way of generating energy, and I believe it, because it's like, why? Thermal physics, this is a great book. They don't have all the solutions for these online, like all the ones, but I love doing thermal physics problems. Thermal physics had become like one of my favorite physics within the past 3 to 4 or 5 months, because I had learned so much from it. Because when I was like doing just Newtonian physics, I was just like, or modern physics, I was just like, well, that's all you can learn. But when I did this one, and including solid state, I learned so much, and I was able to piece together so much of like the world through thermal physics, and really solid state as well. Crystallography. Introduction to Qualitative Analysis. This is not on my library list. This is a book I jacked from an old school dude, old school scientist, and he let me have his book. And this is gonna be on my list to read for like forever. This is gonna be in my like house when I live in one of those houses with a little Chesterfield sofa, you know, the brown ones where they have little button things in there. That's like Chesterfield sofa. And I'm gonna wear my little Oxfords and have on my little leather messenger bag. I have one of those already now, but I don't have any Oxfords. But this is what's gonna be in my house, and I'm gonna read this one forever. I'm gonna have it forever, and hopefully I can buy more of these books. Actually, if I could buy all of these books, I mean, that'd be perfect for me. The philosophy of Plato and Aristotle. So basically what this is Greek. You try to go through it and read it, there are literal Greek words in the video. I mean, in the book. That's the first part that confuses you. That's the first part that confuses you. And so when you're reading it, because I don't necessarily want to read the foreword for this particular book. Like I like to read the foreword of the books, because it's a sense of hospitality. When you read the foreword in the book, you can kind of envision the author. But I feel like the person who put this book together is not necessarily the author. So that's why I didn't read the foreword. Like, it's really rude, because it's like they wrote the book. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. So the Rhetoric of Aristotle and Plato. The reason I'm reading this one, or trying to read it. I was better off just going to the Wikipedia page. The reason I'm trying to read this one is because they contributed to the early portion of geometry, physics, mathematics, and such on. And I think it was geometry without the actual math portion. So I'm trying to figure out, I heard that they went wrong. I saw in a math meme on Instagram that these guys really got it wrong. So I'm really trying to figure out, because I feel like there are deeper meanings and deeper secrets to the universe that we all haven't like gathered quite yet. So I'm just trying to figure it out, and maybe I figure out like maybe they can help me, and I don't know. But this is in Greek. Has anyone heard the language Greek? I never think I've heard the language Greek. I know all my physics problems, the words we use, the symbols we use are in Greek. But I don't think I've ever actually heard the Greek language being spoken, which is strange. I feel like that's like a slap in the face as far as like our society goes. You give enough respect to use the Greek letters, but to not like let the language be heard amongst your society. It's just like even more disrespectful with the mathematics, because we're using the Arabic mathematics, but we're not like really paying homage to these people, like, or acknowledging the history of it. Like, I didn't know that until I went and searched it out, that mathematics was originally Arabic. One more book. It only looks like it's one here. This is the last. Looks like that's the last one. But I'm reading Quantum Physics Demystified, and this is a life changer for quantum physics. You still don't understand quantum physics, they say. I think I understand quantum physics. The thought of what I think quantum physics is scary. It's a scary notion. It's scary to think that something is alive, even if it's a particle. And then what do we consider alive? What do we consider dead? What do we consider, what is it? So it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm just reading this, and it's a game changer. It has very simple, very easy to follow quantum problems you can do. They have them the linear problems, and then they have, you know, the traditional way of problems. They also have the solutions in the back, so you can get those later. The solutions. Get those later and pick those up for yourself and really have a good time with them. And that's pretty much everything I'm reading for right now. And I still just do my flashcard thing. And so I hope you guys have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll be posting videos as much as possible. And yes, I'm still working with stuff I want to say to you guys, so